Well, that was fun. Well, now that we're level 45, it's time to go chase down our next set of job quests. You are all the way back at the Marauders Guild, just like I thought you would be. It's been a while since we've seen Alkazolka, 5 levels worth, in the image of the ancients.
Good to see you, Dekumon. I have made yet another discovery which pertains to you and your scholarly arts. I have come into possession of several ancient engravings, including some which show the traditional raiments of Nemean scholars. In fact, the extraordinary detail of these illustrations, coupled with information gleaned from other sources, was sufficient to deduce their design. At present, it is impossible to say how historically accurate my designs are. That is why I propose we enlist the aid of Eorzea's preeminent artisans, so that we might recreate these garments. Should they prove sufficiently authentic, I expect your fairy will regain more of her missing memories. In the hands of a preeminent weaver, say Master Redolent Rose of Sunsilk Tapestries, this information should be sufficient. But you cannot journey to Ul'dah until you have gathered the leaves of a direwort. My text explicitly mentioned that the plant's pigments were used to dye Nemean uniforms. Alas, direwort is much rarer than it was in the days of yore. It can only be found in the fog fens now. Lest you think I mean to make you do all the work, worry not. While you scour Mordona for the plant, I will contact Master Rose and convince him to help, though I doubt it will require much effort.
Mordona, huh? Now, surprisingly, this is sending me to an area I haven't officially been to yet. Mordona connects to Coerthus, so it means I gotta head all the way back to Coerthus. Good old Mordona. I always love this area. It's so crowded most of the times. So Mordona is actually our first end game zone. When you were level 50 and when level 50 was the cap, this was the place to be. This had all your end game needs. You had your tombstone crafters, your gatherers. This was the place to hang out if you were level 50. Of course, now it's a lot less crowded and everybody's in the new end game zones, but still, there's still quite a nice little amount of people around here. Okay, enough sightseeing. Let us go chase down a direwort shrub. I do not like this part of the area. I really don't. 1, I always get lost in here. 2, it's full of frickin' Marlboros. And 3 is we have found the thing we're looking for. All right, make sure everybody's good to go. So unfortunately, I have to do this on my Scholar, which means my DPS output is gonna suck. Oh, great! Marbles. I was really hoping not having to see Marble. No, you are not stinking me up. Oh, the Chocobo just got wrecked. Oh, the Chocobo did not need that happening. Okay, well, it takes care of 1 seedling at least. Now, thankfully, all those debuffs will wear off in time. But until then, the Chocobo is just pretty goddamn nerfed. Poor guy didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that, dude. That was mean. That was mean what you did to him. Nope, ain't taking it. Ugh. God dang it, my Chocobo got hit again. Okay, you know what? Let's just kind of spend a couple seconds here just clearing some of the worst of these off of him. Because, oh my god, there are so many debuffs on this dang Chocobo. He does not deserve this. Look at this, I've had to cast Asuna, what, 6 times? Just to get all that off of him? Damn. This guy's actually not all that tanky, I'm surprised. Uh-oh. That's my cue, that's my cue. Nah, he's gonna take it again. You know what, you can keep it, okay? You can keep him this time, because we're gonna kill this guy off. There we go. Harvest leaves from the direwort shrub. Thank you, Fairy. Thank you for keeping my Chocobo well healed. Redolent Rose in Ul'dah. He's actually the guild master of the Weavers Guild, which I don't think we've had an excuse to head to. Funnily enough, the Weavers are actually one of the crafting classes I actually put a fair amount of work into on my main character. I've not maxed, unfortunately. Weaving, or any of the crafters in general, is a huge investment in both time and resources, and I have not had the time to do it. Also, look at this guy. Look at this guy. I love how Redolent Rose looks. I suppose you do have a rather scholarly air about you. I've been expecting you, Dekumon. Have you the leaves and Alkazolka's designs then? I do indeed. Actually, hold on. There you go. And some leaves.
Crafting raiments that have not been seen in 1500 years. This is indeed a daunting challenge. But it is one I suspect I will enjoy a great deal, for rare is the day a weaver revives ancient fashion. I shall begin at once. You may observe if you like, but be aware it will take a lengthy process.
3 hours later. No, literally, this guy's probably going to take all night doing this.
It has been some time since I labored with such intensity. I adhered to Alkazolka's designs as best I could, though there were certain aspects I felt compelled to change. His lack of familiarity with textiles and weaving led to what I can only assume are errors. You will note that I could only complete the culottes. This is because the other garments require skills which I do not possess. Mistresses Serendipity and Geva of the Goldsmiths and Leatherworkers Guilds respectively can provide the finishing touches to the remaining pieces. Ah, but you were unaware that I could not craft the full set by myself, weren't you? Very well, I shall send word to them on your behalf, Dekumon. You will need only visit each guild and present to them my unfinished work.
This is actually not all that uncommon. The fact that crafting professions will often have to rely on each other to get pieces done. For instance, a weaver would make cloth that a leatherworker would use to finish a shield, or a blacksmith would make nails, and a carpenter would make wood, and together an armorer might make, say, a helmet. This is very not uncommon at all. I like the fact that the game's actually incorporating this. It's giving you the hint that yes, these classes do really need to work together, and you'll often find that people who focus on crafting will often level all of the crafting classes. All of them.
Greetings, Dekumon. Red said you'd be along shortly, so let's see that mortarboard.
Mortarboard, huh?
This shouldn't take long. Wait here a moment. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, this one came out good. Here it is, as promised. Amazing what a difference a mithril tassel can make, isn't it? Wear it with pride, Dekumon. Now, off you go, and be sure to enjoy your time in Gridania.
You obtain a set of scholar's attire. Ask Geva in Gridania to finish Redolent Rose's work. Figures the game has me come to Gridania before I take the summoner's mission, you know. I'm gonna have to come back here in a few minutes once I finish this one out.
Ah, Dekumon, the man who would single-handedly revive the scholarly arts. All right then, show me what you've got.
I have some incomplete scholar's garb here.
Master Rose's work is marvelous, as to be expected. This will be a pleasure. Ooh, that came out nice, yes. Yes, indeed. Ooh, a little flourish here, a little flourish there, and voila! There you go. One pair of fingerless buffalo leather gloves, perfect for the scholar who prefers that his protection does not come at a cost to dexterity. Oh, the boots? Bell will see to these. He's an expert cordwainer, so you needn't worry about the quality. Besides, I've already spoiled you by making your gloves for free.
Wait, who am I talking to about my boots? Oh, I see. We're talking to this guy who's literally working on a pair of boots.
You're the scholar, yes? I've been instructed to assist you. If you would, please let me see Master Rose's work.
Guess all will just want to poke out this guy's work, don't you? Every one of you.
This craftsmanship is amazing. I cannot wait to get started. Well, damn. This stuff's thick. Here you are, sir. Made with the finest boar and buffalo leather in accordance with Alkazolka's designs, which are very impressive, I must say. He must be dying to see the completed set. I know I would be, had I gone to such great lengths. You ought to surprise him by wearing the garments when next you meet him.
It's actually not a bad idea. Can I put these on now? Can I? Yes, I can. Wow. Wow, check me out. It's not the full set, mind you. I'm missing one piece, the body. but I look ridiculous with this. And you'll also notice this is our first set of blue quality gear. Blue is the quality of most endgame gear. In fact, it's the quality of pretty much all endgame gear. And it basically means this is unique. It's usually very specific to a given class. In this case, as you can see, it's only wearable by my scholar. My summoner will not be able to wear any of this. Now, like I said, the set's incomplete and it's missing the body piece, and that piece will actually not show up until the level 50 job quest. And that's true for all of the job quests. They will not give you the full set until you hit level 50. So until then, I get the giant puffball body that I'm wearing, which honestly looks a little silly.
By the gods, I feel as though I've been transported backward through time. Except for that piece on your body. What is that? It's ridiculous. You are the very image of the Nemean scholars of Eld. Well, minus the gown. But still, never in my wildest dreams did I think it would turn out this well.
Oh, even the fairy likes it.
Ha! I see you approve as well, little one. Suffice it to say, we can consider this a great success.
In the image of the ancients. I got a nice set of armor, and well, that's basically all I got was a nice set of armor. Oh, you have a second 45. Lustrate. Restore target's HP. It's an instant cast, but it costs Aether Flow. Ha! So there's a use of my dang Aether Flow.
Ah yes, I forgot to mention that while I was awaiting your return, I made considerable progress with the deciphering of my Nemean tablets. Much of which I have learned until now has pertained to the rules of scholars within the military. However, these latest texts offer insight into a scholar's activities during times of peace. As you can imagine, they were not the sort to let their restorative magics go to waste. One particularly stirring account describes their selfless efforts to combat the spread of a virulent plague, which at one point threatened to engulf all of Nim. Naturally, they did so with the aid of their fairies, which is why I believe that similar acts of charity may serve to further awaken your winged companion. If you are of a mind to test my theory, why not journey to Camp Bronze Lake? You will find no shortage of the sick and wounded there. Rakusa Ferusa would doubtless welcome your services were you to offer them. He presides over the Warm Wine Sanatorium, so be sure to have a word with him if you decide to go.
Oh, there we are. There's the guy we're looking for.
Hello, and welcome to Bronze Lake. If you desire treatment, Pardon? You wish to administer treatment? Are you even qualified to... Wait, you must be Dekumon the Scholar. We are happy to accept any assistance you can provide. I am told you possess magics which can cleanse the body of toxins, impurities, and maladies. At the present, we have 5 patients visiting the springs who would benefit from this care. Pray, attend to these individuals and return to me when finished.
Cast Asuna on all of the invalids. Wow. Well, to be fair, Asuna is not a scholar exclusive thing. It's actually one of the healer roles. So I'm guessing they tweaked this one slightly because I think everybody had a slightly different healing spell. Gasp. Gasp.
Ah, my lungs! I can breathe again! Bless you, sir, bless you!
Huh? What the? Why'd you have to go and do that? Oh, bugger. I had to take my wine away. He was just here to deal with a freaking drinking problem. Yeah? What'd you do? You took something from me. Something bad. I don't know what you did, but I'm glad you did it. Thank you. What the hell? Corrupted ether? Excuse me? There we go. There's Aether Flow. Aether Flow is definitely one of the best ways I have to get mana back. And it's nice to finally actually have that skill. It's also nice to, you know, gives me something to burn Aether Flow on. I don't have that much in the way of damage, so this is all I've got. Oh, Energy Drain gives me MP back too. Very nice. Well, that's definitely gonna help my mana problems in the future. I don't know if I can actually reach this guy from here. Apparently I can. What? What's this warmth? Did you do that? I thank you. Whoever you are. Wherever you are. I can't see you from here, man. There's our last guy. Or gal, I apologize. I couldn't tell from that distance.
You set me free. I no longer feel his eyes upon me.
Corruption lingers. Corruption lingers. The hell is, again, it's another one of these. Weird, whatever the hell it is. Thankfully, it doesn't seem too difficult to take down. Okay, yeah, Ruin 2 doesn't do as much damage as Ruin 1, just has no cast time. Just like with the Summoner. There we go. Weird. Okay, back to Rakusa.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. What you did for these patients was nothing short of miraculous. Their commanding officers will be pleased to hear that they can return to active duty. You and Akazuka have my deepest thanks, Dekumon.
Treating the invalids has rekindled the fairy's memories. Very nice. And back to the Marauders Guild we go. With that, we have completed our tour of hospital duty, as it were.
Ah, Dekumon. Rakusa Feruza tells me your potent magics exceed all expectations.
And the fairy's happy too.
Had a good time, did you? I thought you might. It warms my heart to see the two of you making such great strides, and it reminds me that I must work harder to see that I am not left behind. For the nonce, I will resume deciphering the Nemean tablets. Though they have yielded an immense quantity of information on the scholarly arts, I remain confident that they contain an equally impressive wealth of tactical information.
Well, if nothing else, I've got a really handy healing skill in a pinch, which honestly, I could have really used in DD. The fairy has imparted to you knowledge of a new art, Lustrate. An oh shit heal. That's basically what this is an oh shit heal. And now, the Beast Within, level 50, and yeah, the Scholar's Gown, a auger, a tire coffer, huh? And Sacred Soil, my ultimate basically for level 50. Okay, unfortunately, it's time to retire the Scholar for just a wee bit. Put on anything new, I don't have anything new to put on, and head over to Gridania to pick up my 45 quest for the Summoner. Oh geez, check this out. That is a cool outfit. All right, enough admiring. Time to pick up some elegant attire.
Greetings, Dekumon. Though it is good to see you, I am afraid I have yet to ascertain Tristan's ultimate objective. I only know that he is cunning and brutal, and will stop at nothing to achieve his purpose. As matters stand, we but chase after this man's shadow. Such a straightforward pursuit will, I believe, lead us ever one step behind. Our sole advantage is the treasure we possess that Tristan appears to covet. Eventually, his desire will bring him to us. Where and when Tristan will strike, I cannot say, but it is unlikely to be on a field of our choosing. Thus, I suggest we prepare for this inevitable conflict as best we may. As fortune would have it, the ruins of Mordona may have provided us with a new source of strength. Word among the suns is that a set of evoker's attire has been unearthed. Made during the reign of the Garlean Empire, these enchanted garments were sewn for the exclusive use of summoners. I can only imagine the degree to which they will enhance her already impressive powers. My voice is cracking right there, damn. The man supervising the excavation efforts at St. Cohen's Find, Ramberos, is a dear friend of mine. In light of our circumstances, I am certain he will consent to a request that you be allowed to don the attire. Shall we pay him a visit?
Indeed we shall. Another excuse to head to Mordona? Why not? Wow. Now there's a view. We got a couple really cool landmarks to look at. First one, check that out. The Crystal Tower. We'll actually be dealing with that in the not too distant future. It's actually the site of the 24-man Alliance raids for 2.0. And over here, although it's going to be hard to see because it's in shadow, that, if you remember one of the really early cutscenes with Midgar and Somer taking out the airship, that's that right there. That is an impressive sight. It's actually also one of the last 2.0 dungeons. Well, not 2.0. That dungeon actually doesn't show up till 2.5. And if you're wondering what I mean by 2.5, the 2.x is basically Realm Reborn and all the patches they released afterwards. And the patches always go by the next number in the line. So 2.1 was the first major patch, and so on and so forth, all the way to the last patch, 2.5, which is the patch that always precedes the next expansion. So 2.5 was the last patch before Heavensward, which means that is one of the last dungeons we'll see before we actually get into Heavensward. But enough of my random rambling, it's time to talk to a Ramboros. Ah, Gamitra, I suspected you would make an appearance before long. And I presume this fine gentleman is the new summoner I've heard so much about.
Yes, hopefully the first of many. Now, pray tell me, Ramboros, has the discovery of Allegan-made evoker's attire been confirmed?
It has. Truly a historic find.
Then, I would ask a boon of you, my friend. You recall the predicament of which I spoke? Our chances of survival would be greatly improved if you would consider allowing Dekumon to wear the Allegan garments.
Well, he is a summoner after all. And I must confess to no small degree of scholarly curiosity as to the effect the attire will have on one with the appropriate training. These finds are, however, the result of much sweat and even a few tears on the part of our excavation team. 'Tis a frustrating task at times, and I fear they will be loath to part with the garments without some measure of recompense for their efforts. Allow me, though, to offer a solution. Metallic monstrosities of Allegan construction known as Mirror Knights have risen from the dig sites scattered across Mordona. Needless to say, they pose a dangerous threat to our excavators. I suggest you speak with my 3 field researchers and dispose of any such nasty hindrances to their work. I dare say they will then gladly surrender the pieces of the attire that they hold. Once I have confirmed our dig sites suitably empty of armored horrors, I will see you rewarded with the garment that I myself recovered from the ruins.
So instead of going to the various crafting sites and getting these made, I get to go around here and whack some Mirror Knights. That's not that big of a deal. There's our first one. Muddled Researcher, really?
A Mirror Knight lurks over yonder. I can scarce think straight with that thing wandering about. Oh gods, here it comes!
It's coming right for us! Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh wow, wow, he actually has a fair bit of health. But thankfully, I have much more offense and a whole freaking squad of helpers with me. Oh, these Allegan Mirror Knights, it just ain't all that tough. They're pretty cool looking though, I'll give them that. And done. Okay, dude, you can, seriously, stop cowering. Stop cowering, dude.
You have my thanks. Now I might finally be able to concentrate on my tasks. If I'm not mistaken, you were in search of the evoker's attire. I have one of its wondrous pieces right here. You are most welcome to it. Here, take it. Put it on, please.
Can I put it on? Can I actually put it on? I can. Doesn't change my looks much, but it should help a little bit. Unmanned researcher.
Thank you for eliminating the source of my recent nightmares. I do not ordinarily study so, you see, but the abject terror has that effect on folk. Now, I hear from you, Mitra, that you have needed this Allegan garment. I should be glad to see it put to practical use, rather than shut away in some dusty vault.
There's piece number 2. Thank you. Now what's this one gonna look like? Oh, is this the head piece? Oh, no, it's the armbands. Okay, that's a little more visible than what we had. Seemingly unmoved researcher.
Mirror Knights. Yes, they have become quite bothersome. I would be most appreciative were you to eliminate the creaking pest that has been plaguing me as of late. It's literally right behind you. Oh, no, it's right behind me.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad.
Fascinating. I never thought I would be fortunate enough to observe a conflict against an Allegan construction at such close quarters. This has been a deeply enriching experience. If the price is to be my piece of the evoker's attire, then so be it. Here, take it. Wear it in good health.
All right, there's that. Now let's go get the last piece. All right, Ramboros, 3 down and 1 to go.
Ah, the champion of my researchers returns. With the ruins now free of Mirror Knights, the excavation can proceed at a far more satisfying pace. Trembling in fear for one's life makes it astonishingly difficult to handle ancient artifacts that have a tenacity to crumble into dust.
You have performed a valuable duty for us, Dekumon. As promised, you shall have the summoner's garment uncovered by my own hand as your reward. Take it, please. Yes, Ymitra mentioned she would await you at Upkalu Falls. It seems there was no doubt in her mind that you would succeed here. That's nice of her. All right, let's take a look and see what this is gonna look like now. Oh, right. The one thing I can't stand about the traditional summoner's garb is that god-awful horn. All right, I look ridiculous with this thing on my head, but you know, it makes me stronger, so put up with it.
So this was how the summoners of old were clad. Well, more or less. It is unfortunate that the ruins have yet to surrender the final piece of the suns. These garments, aside from the coloring, they are identical to the garb Tristan wore. He will find no edge against you through his equipment. When next you face that murderous cad, victory will be decided purely by who is the more talented summoner. To that end, I would soon proceed with the austerities of wind to secure you another potent ally. Though, it seems that you do not count the Lady of the Vortex among your triumphs. The primal Garuda is as a glowering stormfront, ever poised to unleash her merciless gales upon Gridania. If you would capture her etheric essence, then you must find yourself an expedition to join.
That's right. The next quest, Austerities of Wind, requires me to actually have beaten Garuda first. Yep, dungeon requirement, the Howling Eye. But on that note, seems like a good excuse to head back to the main story, which will probably put me against said Howling Eye in not too distant future. All right, well, Hayden, your quest name is well named. Better late than never.
Beg your pardon, Dekumon.
I forgot to return your crystal to you. Oh, and there was a message from you from Professor Lamedy. Something about a man named Marquis. Apparently the professor misses the intellectual stimulation. Forgive me, I should have written it down. It occurs to me that I have yet to ask why you needed that crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, are you? Don't reflect poorly on me and my research if it was used for evil ends. Ah, well, perhaps it's best I remain ignorant. I didn't become the professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information.
Don't worry, dude, this is anything but nefarious. Oh, just drag it sucker all the way over to Sid. Okay, Sid, we finally got ourselves a crystal to work with.
All repairs and modifications have been completed, Dekumon. Once you bring me that crystal, nothing will stand between us and Garuda.
Well, guess what, dude? We have us a crystal.
I'll need to run some tests to be sure, but this looks to be exactly what we need. Worry not, Dekumon. I'll see that your hard work doesn't go to waste.
Yep, just nod, nod.
The Enterprise is already more than a common airship, but mark my words, soon it will become something greater, something extraordinary. This is me. This is what I was born to do.
That was the end. Oh, what do we have here? A new ring. Definitely take that. That's a caster ring right there. That's what that is. I think actually the next quest is, maybe? If this thing will cycle through.
When I look at her, I feel as though I've come home. I can think of no other way to express it.
There it goes. There was some delay there.
According to my tests, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, meaning we can leave whenever you're ready. But you must understand, tests can only tell us so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, I cannot be sure that this will work. I think it only fair to tell you that there is a small but statistically significant chance that the crystal could trigger a massive... Maybe it's better that we remain positive. Dekumon, I want to thank you for reuniting me with my airship, for trusting in me to develop this plan, for everything. You've helped me to rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I am not the man I once was, and I do not know if I ever shall be. But I do know one thing. This feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. I would have waited until after the mission, but, well, you understand.
Lady of the Vortex, yep. We're finally ready to take on Garuda.